Hi, my name is Amy Shale. I'm the engineering manager on the Switchboard team. And today I want to talk about new functionality we're about to release, which is showing status banner in Switchboard. We have had this functionality live internally for internal Switchboard users for a couple of months now, and it's been live with one customer, but we're about to release it to all customers. So I just want to show you what that looks like. I'm going to share my screen here. I am logged in as an external user. It's exciting, that's me there. And this is the tenant that I'm logged into. It's in the test environment, but that's irrelevant. And it's normal. So what we're releasing is this banner here, this normal. I'm going to pause the recording here for a sec because that's one state. There's a couple of possible states that this could be in, but in general, this is what the external user will see. And during this recording, I'll go into what the internal user can see, but that's what the external user can see. So I'm going to pause there for a sec. Okay, I'm back. So what I showed previously was when everything is working normally. Now I'm going to show when there's degraded performance and what the customer can see. So here we can see same tenant as we were looking at before, but we can see degraded performance. So GitLab services may be slow or unresponsive for users. So there's three different things they can see. I've shown normal, this is degraded. And I'm going to pause here for a second and show the next one. And now I'm going to show the service disruption. So this is our third status that the external user could see, and that is service disruption. So they have three items they can see. They can see everything is normal, they can see degraded, or they can see service disruption. That's what the end user can see. I'm going to go in now and log in as myself so that you can see what a GitLab operator can do and see. So again, I'm still in the same test environment. Into the same tenant. And this is what we could see before, service disruption. But now we have a couple more options because we're logging in as an SRE or a GitLab operator. What we can see here is we have a link to show all incidents. So that will show all incidents for this tenant in incident.io. And we can see this, that an override is active. So if I click here, I can reset that override. So at any time, I can control what the customer can see. If there's any discrepancy of what's being passed through from incident.io, I'll go into that in a sec. I have full control as a GitLab operator. So I'm going to reset it now to normal. The override is still active. And I can remove the override. This is what the customer sees. They see normal. That's the power that I have as a GitLab operator. Now, we in Switchboard have a webhook into incident.io so that we bring this information in about ongoing incidents. I'm going to stop the recording there. So what we've shown there is the three normal, service disruption, and degraded performance. Okay, finally, from a GitLab operator point of view, I want to show what you can see. It's a little complex because we don't have incidents in the test environment at the moment. So I'm going to share a production tenant here, but my screen is very limited in what I'm sharing. So here's our production tenant. Now, if you remember when we were looking at this from a customer point of view, all we could see was this normal, but now we're in as a GitLab operator. So we have all these options. We can view all incidents. This will take us over into incident.io and show us all incidents for this tenant. We can see any active incidents. So we see a severity 4 one, and we can see recent ones. We can see a severity 3 one there. Now you might be saying, if it's active, why does it say closed? It's being monitored. So we have documentation around all of these statuses. It's in monitoring at the moment. We can see all the details around it, and we can see that it's internal. Now, if this was a SEV1 or a SEV2, say it's a SEV4, if it was severity 1 or 2, then it would impact this normal. So it would change normal to degraded or impacted performance. And you would see a banner or a badge here, sorry, saying affect status. This is all for the visibility of the GitLab operator. If you wanted to edit this, for example, you know that there's a S1 happening on this tenant, but you can't see it here in Switchboard for whatever reason. You would come in here and create an override, say it's S2 or S1, and save it, and then that will show in production to the customer. The same if you are seeing the status showing degraded performance and you know that actually it's normal and that instant.io is out of sync or it hasn't fed in or whatever it is, you can come in and you can edit it here and create an override. The override will remain in place until it's removed manually. One other thing, in this iteration, we do not have the ability to display environment-wide incidents. So for example, an AWS outage and it hits all tenants, that will be associated with a single tenant. We are working on the iteration so that we can associate incidents with multiple tenants, but right now we don't have that. So if something like that happened where an incident impacted more than one tenant, you would come into the tenant that is impacted and manually update it. So for example, the AWS outage is associated with one incident, you would come into the others that are impacted and create an override. I think that's everything from the GitLab operator point of view. I am going to stop sharing and stop the recording.